You're in the great game now. We've got 4 fleets worth of predictions for Game of Thrones Season 7, and they're sailing straight at ya on today's Nerdist News. It's been just about a week since the epic Season 6 finale, and we are still totally wild-fired up about it, but our enthusiasm for all things Thrones was slightly extinguished the other day when we received the most heartbreaking prophecy since Cersei got her palm read by Maggie the Frog. Show creators David Benioff and Dan Weiss have confirmed that, which we were all fearing, the Song of Fire and Ice is about to hit its final chords. In a recent interview with Deadline, Benioff explained it's 2 more seasons we're talking about, adding it's not supposed to be an ongoing show. We wanted it to be one giant story without padding it out to 10 extra hours, to which all we can say is, come on, you guys, please, pad it out. We will literally take whatever extra storylines you've got lying around. Like, seriously, I'm actually all for maybe padding it out a bit. But what will happen before the Reigns of Castamere plays? We still have 13 to 15 hours left in Westeros, and with the show now having seriously lapped the books, there's no R.R. Martin-provided map to tell us where we might be going. Well, believe it or not, the internet has no shortage of speculation about what might be in store for the next 2 seasons, and the Lords of Light, aka your friends here at Nerdist, are here to guide you through the darkness and tell you which predictions you should be putting all of your faith in. We begin with the first stop on any self-respecting Game of Thrones speculation fest, R+L J. The Winds of Winter finally confirmed one of the longest-held Fire and Ice fan theories, or confirmed one half of it at least. In Bran's LS tree-induced flashback, we see that Lyanna Stark really is Jon Snow's mom, but the show never divulges who his daddy might be. But that's why you gotta keep your eyes on that bonus content, people. A day later on MakingGameOfThrones.com, HBO's official Thrones blog, an infographic was released detailing the parental lineage of all of the show's major players. And there it was, for the first time anywhere, written in canonical stone, the DNA test results we've all been waiting for. Rhaegar Targaryen is Jon Snow's father. Say it loud and say it proud. Come on, people. R+L officially equals J. I know, it's good to get it, finalized. Yeah. But now what? How does Jon Snow's mama drama impact the rest of the 7 kingdoms? Well, for one thing, this means that the mother of dragons is also his aunt. That makes Jon Snow the cousin of dragons. But it could also mean that we've got some good old-fashioned Game of Thrones incest to look forward to. When Daenerys broke things off with Daario Naharis in the finale, she told him it was because she needed to be single and ready to mingle when she finally hit the shores of Westeros. She plans to secure her position of power by marrying the head of a major house, and right now that really only leaves her with 2 options: Queen Wildfire or her own nephew. Decisions, you guys. I would pick Cersei. Incest is hardly a taboo topic to the Targaryens. They have a long history of doing it family style in order to keep their bloodline pure, but we doubt this is anything Daenerys would do willingly. She's spent so much of her life trying to distance herself from her father, the Mad King, and it's heavily implied that all of that inbreeding is what made him so mad in the first place. But she's not going to know that she's related to Jon Snow when she meets him. The only other person who knows that is currently on the other side of a very big wall. That's why we're predicting a courtship of fire and ice for Dany and Jon that will eventually get Oedipus wrecked. That was amazing writing. Amazing writing. All right, well, that's just the way that things go in Westeros, we guess, so let's just hope things will remain a little more platonic between Daenerys and her new hand of the Queen, Tyrion, who we're predicting are also secretly related. I mean, come on, you guys, you don't get dragon whispering skills like that without a little Targaryen blood in your veins. Besides, Dany, Tyrion, and Jon Snow have something else in common. They're the only 3 people on the show whose mothers have died in childbirth, which, in addition to supporting their secret Targaryen behaviors, also all but confirms that they may be the 3 heads of the dragon and our main stars. Call it the Walt Disney effect. This naturally leads us to the question of how will they all find out about their family connections? As we just said, Bran is the only one who knows the truth, and unless he's going to send a messenger raven to Winterfell with his vision journal, it means he's going to have to cross the wall. Hurrah, you guys! Another Stark family reunion is in the works, and all it's going to cost us is the ice zombie apocalypse. Let's not forget that the Night King and his cold brew crew are currently chilling behind that big old wall as well. The wall is equipped with all sorts of zombie-deterring spells and enchantments, but so was the cave of the three-eyed raven until Bran and the Night King went all Inception on each other. Now wherever Bran goes, the White Walkers can follow, just like a giant pack of evil frostbitten puppy dogs. We all knew that the Army of the Frozen Dead were going to play a big role in the show's final chapters, but now we're predicting that it's the middle Stark sibling who will be responsible for unleashing them on the world. Damn it, Bran! Why do you suck so bad sometimes? Oh, I know it's unintentional, but Jesus, man, pull it together. Turning our attention to Game of Thrones characters who probably deserve to die, you gotta know that Cersei has some serious retribution coming her way, but who will drive a sword through the heart of the Mad Queen? Well, as we all know, the prophecy she received at the beginning of Season 5 warned that she would die at the hands of Valancourt, which is the High Valyrian word for little brother. So there it is, mystery solved. Her littlest brother is sailing straight for her right now, ready to do whatever's necessary to get his new queen a seat on the Iron Throne, but not so fast. While Tyrion is certainly a contender for Queen Killer of the Year award, he's not the only one in the running. Cersei has another younger brother, a few minutes younger to be exact. That's right, we think the world's favorite sibling romance will come to a tragic end when Jaime kills Cersei. Sure, it's hard to imagine after all the fun times they've had together pushing children out of windows, but somehow we just don't think Jaime will be able to get over Cersei blowing up a king-sized portion of King's Landing. Jaime killed Aerys Targaryen for attempting to do the exact same thing 15 years ago, so he can't be too happy that his big sis undid all that hard work when he stepped out of town for a few days, and that deadly stare he exchanges with Cersei as she took her place on the Iron Throne tells us that he's probably looking to earn a queen-slaying merit badge to hang right next to his king-slaying one. But while the good money is on Jaime to kill Cersei, there's one more player to consider. The Beatrix kiddo of the Seven Kingdoms, Arya Stark. And before you say anything, no, we didn't forget that the prophecy said little brother, and no, we're not intentionally misgendering anybody. You see, guys, Valyrian is a genderless language, which means Valancourt could just as easily refer to a girl as it does a boy. And whoever said that the little brother in Cersei's prophecy had to be her little brother? In the finale, we saw that Arya finally got back to checking names off of her kill list, and Cersei has been at the very top of that since aiding in the murder of her father in Season 1. And speaking of Arya, we've all come to accept that Lady Stoneheart is never going to make the jump from page to screen, but that doesn't mean we still couldn't be getting some Stoneheart-style vengeance. Arya Stark seems to be on a very similar path to the one her undead mother is walking in the books, vowing to kill anyone who has ever wronged the Stark clan. She got off to a good start, giving Walder Frey a double dose of Sweeney Todd treatment, human pie, and slash neck all in one sitting, but what does that mean for her going forward? Well, most recently in the books, Lady Stoneheart was none too pleased with Brienne, who she caught sporting some Lannister-adorned armor, and remember a few weeks ago in the show when we were reminded that Brienne is still running around with the sword Jaime bestowed upon her. Oh my god, you guys, are we gearing up for the ultimate Game of Thrones girl fight? We think so! In a show full of badass women, Brienne and Arya are easily two of the most badasses, so we can't even pick a side here except the side of whoever wins. This one-on-one match is going to be freaking epic. But it's Game of Thrones. It's always epic, and there's still so much more epicness on its way in Season 7. What about Euron Greyjoy? He's sailing to Meereen while Theon and Yara are sailing away from it. Are we about to get the show's very first sea battle? And Sansa? What's going through her head? Will Littlefinger convince her to betray her spotlight-stealing brother? Since Cersei didn't wildfire the whole of King's Landing, could Dany's House of the Undying vision of a destroyed Red Keep be her dragon's doing? And the Clegane Bowl! It's not too late, you guys! The Cleganes are still, for the most part, alive. We could still get that Clegane Bowl. Don't give up the faith! Clegane hype. But we want to know what you guys think. Are there any big predictions that we may have missed? What do you want to see in Season 7? And just how long will it take Sam to read all of those friggin' books? Let's discuss. And you know we've got all of your games and all of your thrones covered. Dan's amazing Varys is a merman theory, Bloodworks going behind the scenes, Kyle investigating whether Dany could get a sunburn, My Little Thronies Toy Smash, and of course our breakdown of the 12 things that you may have missed in the season finale. Check them all out over at Nerdist.com.